Hello, everybody. I know it's been a little while since the update. It's 12/20/09. Getting, I think, Christmas next Friday. I doing a lot of other stuff, so I haven't been thinking about it that much. Maybe I'll go look at Christmas lights tonight a little bit in Salt Lake City. Um, some heavyweights are starting to realize that interest rates are going to go up and making those projections. I've noticed that in the financial press and some things I'll talk about, which is a little eerie because when the big boys start saying it, then it's going to be it'll be fulfilled. So the financial markets have been bumping along. People watching the stock market, gold up and down, silver. But the crumbling of the U.S. economy is intact, and one of the large coup de grace is going to be this healthcare bill that will pass, probably by Christmas Eve and maybe later, but it'll be an unmitigated disaster because what you're doing is you're spreading and essentially forcing everybody to join the system, and eventually I think everybody will be forced to be in that system. So that's not going to be a time for celebration. Hope people are having a good holidays, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're up to. I've been looking into some other things and actually started a new diet and a super antioxidant substance, and I'm feeling better and losing weight rapidly, so I'm happy about that. And I will post another video about this very soon because I'm going to get involved with promoting and marketing some of these unbelievable products. I've always been into cleansing the inner vessel. I think we all need to try to clean out our own bodies and souls and minds. And as far as the nation and the world goes, this system just got to start with yourself. So I think we should all be healthy, try to be vibrant. The average American's gaining 7 pounds right now during the holidays, so maybe I'm going to try to lose weight and then be an example. So going into January, when everybody makes their goals, I can say, one of my roommates is going to Hawaii, so he's going to get in shape to be on the beach. And a lot of stuff's going on, tons of stuff's going on. So it's kind of overwhelming, but I'll just focus on a couple things. Long-term interest rates, that remains intact. Gold, of course, will continue to be a good buy. I don't think real estate will all of a sudden zoom up. I was watching Donald Trump, I think he was on Larry King last night, and he was saying the banks aren't lending. And it was interesting to hear him reminisce about the Chemical Bank, Manufacturers Hanover and the banks back in the day, and he was saying they're not lending. So just like the New Deal from Roosevelt, it was basically extracting money from some Americans and giving it to others. So, if you're taking money from the government, it's coming from somewhere. And I know nowadays a lot of it's printed out of thin air, but unfortunately for Americans, that supposed printing it up even comes back as debt to haunt not only us in the very near future, but future taxpayers of the United States of America. So watching the debt ceiling get raised to $2 trillion is just like, oh my gosh. So while the system is standing, it's important. It's hard to function in the system without the paper, without the green paper. So I'm going to take steps to make the green paper so that I can get my little farm, garden, all that kind of stuff, because that's my dream, and I will acquire it. It'll happen somehow. The total collapse isn't happened yet, but when it happens, it'll happen very quickly. And so meanwhile, while banks are still solvent and functioning, I have found something that I love that I'm going to do. I'm going to rock it. Some of you might want to join me in it, and I will talk about that very soon if you want to join me in doing that. Because the plan is this, I really, 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 really want to be self-sufficient and have a rural place by spring, summer. I know some of you have it now, and that's fantastic. I'm just thrilled for you. With the circumstances of my life, I haven't been able to do that, and I appreciate everybody that's invited me to many places. I've been invited to live in Argentina, France, several invitations to Canada, as far as, like a self-sufficient farm type thing, and I'm grateful. And that's the attitude, not to get, I think in some ways it's rough to have a deep financial background, because I think the more you really understand the financial situation, the more you see that it's game over as far as our finance system. And it's planned that way, so that's de facto going to happen. We're not going to come out of this and throwing trillions of dollars at a dying economy and socializing everything so that we're basically less free than Russia or China is not going to help people realize the American dream. So I'm going to take actions to, once again, probably to stay in the system and be able to buy self-sufficient farm. I will not give up on that dream, no matter what. And so a lot of you have your seeds and things like that. I think it's great to have non-hybrid seeds, and I just think I'm going to talk about it, refer people to other channels, my channel, but Sprout, and we just need to have great gardens for the spring. Meanwhile, I want to get in shape during the holidays, and those of you that want to join me, let's do it. I've already lost a few pounds. I've been experimenting with some new products the last few days, and I like them, feel better, and I was glad some people gave me a hard time on that video I shot at Malibu, because it's like, oh my gosh, MOT, getting a little heavy there. Your waistline's your dateline, and I'm gonna, whittle that back down, because I just don't like being out of shape. So I'm rocking, and the weight, for me, I'd rather start it, instead of January 31st, I'd rather start it right now. So I'm doing well. I have some other things going on that are really important, fun, and exciting, and I hope some of you join me in it, and I think you will. And it'll actually give me more time, or at least more peace of mind, to pay some bills and actually prosper. I'm ready to kind of like raise my sights and rock and roll and have a fantastic 2010. I'm fully cognizant of what's going on macroeconomically, nationally. States are in trouble. A lot of people are having a tough time. So no matter if you have a prosperous Christmas or your tree doesn't have any gifts underneath it, or you don't have a tree, make the best of the situation you have. I'm making the best of the situation I have, and I'm thinking about what I can achieve, and it's very motivating. And frankly, getting in shape. In fact, I'm going to go do a little CV today and keep hitting it. I think my joints are feeling better, making the comeback there, so I can do the dumbbell presses again. So I'm just grateful for my workout partners. I'm grateful for everybody that's helped out. People have sent me some gifts to Man of Truth, and I really appreciate that too. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a fantastic next few days. I will post again. I have I got reading material and things like this. But no matter that the economy is in a horrible situation, and a lot of people don't realize it, I know a lot of you do, but a lot of people are just like going through the motions, and they just don't comprehend the difference between $3 billion in debt and like $3 trillion, and then 50, 60 trillion of obligations on the backs of people here in the United States. And the United States affects the whole world. This whole thing in Copenhagen, I kind of had to laugh, We got freezing weather all over the place, especially back east in the biggest snowstorms ever. So the global warming thing, sure, I like to be self-sufficient and green and respect the environment, but I think global warming is a complete hoax. And I've known that for a long time. They're just trying to push that agenda. And sometimes I think God's saying, hey, here's 20 inches. Get real. Anyway, so all you folks know that the agenda is pushed by very influential sources. But this is God's planet. It's His earth. And we're in some epic times right now. So let's get in fantastic shape. Have a great Christmas. And I will post again sooner than 10 days from now, okay? A lot sooner. Probably sooner than 10 days, okay? Rock on, everybody. Take care. Ciao.